Hi, everyone. I'm Steve here again with Pastor Victor Brote. Thanks for being with us, Pastor.
A real privilege.
So, we like to talk about what's real and what's not real. And sometimes when you look at people, I guess as you get older, you start to evaluate what's real about them and what's not real about them. Um, I guess it's just human nature to do that. But what passage do you have for us?
We're looking at Luke 11:39 through 42. Try to read it fairly quickly. It's a bit of a text. Uh, the Lord said to him, "Now then, you Pharisees, clean the outside of the cup and dish, but inside you're full of greed and wickedness. You foolish people, did not the one who made the outside make also the inside? But now, as for you, what's inside of you, be generous to the poor, and everything will be clean for you. Woe to you, Pharisees, because you give a tenth of your mint, rue, and all other kinds of garden herbs, but you neglect justice and the love of God. You should be practicing uh, the latter without leaving the former undone."
Yeah, nice
Oh boy,
presentation. He's like saying, you've got a wonderful presentation, but
there's something missing. Yeah. Well, there's so much here. This one is worth soaking on for a few days because it's so easy to just kind of look at our outside from our own perspective and think that the outside's fine. Um, I, I had a good friend talk about her mirror, and it just reveals, the light reveals things, and you're getting older and all this, and still she wants to do her makeup every day very carefully. So I said, uh, the four of us are old, and it doesn't really matter. And all it matters to me, I got to do that makeup, and the outside's got to look good. But I mean, let's be honest. We need to focus on the inside and to transform that inside. Because if we're not doing that work, it's all just external, and uh, maybe even someday that the Lord would be very disappointed with us, and it would kind of be revealed to us that we haven't remembered the poor. And here's the kind of fix that's in line is to remember the poor, and to remember justice, and to do justice, and to express the love of God. That's another big idea. People think they love God, but they don't really. It's not working the right way because everybody else is hungry and in need, and we ignore that quite easily. Lord, help us to. And also here talks about giving the tithe, and we ran into some controversy a while back where, oh well, we don't need to tithe in the Christian age. Uh, Jesus doesn't erase that concept. In fact, if anything, we are more to give beyond the tithe, beyond those kind of basic levels.
sure, if you look
That's
at
what
the
God
whole
has in
picture,
mind
yeah, it
for
should
us.
be more.
Yeah, yeah, should be more, and we should have a balance of these things. We don't want to leave the work for the cause of our Lord, or for the poor. We don't want to leave any of that behind. Lord, help us. I mean, I grew up kind of, well, you see somebody on the street corner, and you just stay away from them. Lord, help us to be bold when the Lord speaks to us, and to reach out to people. It may not be all the time, but there are times where the Lord will speak, and we should listen.
Yeah, I think as humans, we too often think about what people's perspective is of us
Yeah.
instead of our heart actions. We think about how we look, how people are seeing us, what they think of us, and we put importance on that as opposed to importance about the things that you are mentioning about justice, about helping those in need, about stopping and spending a few minutes just checking on someone or doing something that's loving. It's easy to lose our focus on that. And like you said, oh, there's that person on the corner, I'm going to walk around the other corner, like the Good Samaritan didn't do. But we find ourselves doing things that if we stopped and thought about it, we'd realize, that wasn't what Jesus would have done.
Yeah. Lord, help us all. We fall short on this all the time,
Yeah.
but we got to keep these things in mind and keep a humble heart to whatever challenges ahead, because maybe that's an opportunity.
True. Yeah. And if we're focused on that, instead of what people think about us or how we appear, we'll please God more. So thanks for being with us, Pastor. We always appreciate your insight, and we will see you next time.
All right.